Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a continuation in my series on developing a successful mindset, and the topic at hand today is having the plan or the intentions of bringing more value to the table than you expect to receive. And this can really be applied to anything we do in life, whether it's a personal service we're providing, whether we are part of a community in which we are, it could be a work community, a school community, something in which we are a part of the team, anything really that provide some sort of effort on your end. And I'll use personal training as an example. It's what I do. It's what I have started to become successful in. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. The best example I can think of when I'm talking about personal training, or really any service that you're providing for that matter, is what your intentions are in regards to how you're going to conduct your business. Are you focused on providing value to your clients and making an impact on their lives? Or are you focused on the income that you're going to be making? Not to say that being money driven isn't a good driving factor or that it's not something that you should be concerned with, but if you don't let your actions back up the intention of providing a good value, you may not be making anything. You may not be providing enough to warrant that value that you believe you are worth. If you focus on constantly providing value to your clients and constantly looking to help them improve and give them your effort, there's a good chance that you're gonna get that reward, and it's just gonna come somewhat easily. Now let's take a look into other examples that aren't necessarily service-based. And like I said, it could be a community in which your employer, your job, it could be a community such as being a student, anything in which you are required to show up and perform. And I think a good way to look at this is not being okay with doing the bare minimum. When you show up to a job, you have a job description. There are things that you're supposed to be doing on a day-to-day basis, and you can get by just doing those things, but you can also go out of your way to provide some sort of value to your employer. And I've heard it a lot of times where people believe that they are being, that their employer may be playing favorites, and it's not working in their favor. Coming from a position where I work with a lot of people, and a lot of people come to me with problems and rely on me to help them fix things, I can easily say that most of the situations that I find myself in, and that I imagine other bosses or employers find themselves in, is that they don't play favorites based on people's personalities. Your personality and how cool you are can only get you so far. In the gym I run, to be frank, I don't give two shits about how cool somebody is or how much energy they bring or how happy they are. If I'm gonna be going out of my way to help them and to ensure that they're taken care of, I expect them to, be willing to provide some sort of value themselves. So the way I look at this is, are you making my job easier or are you making it harder? Are you doing things in which help me and help my mission, or are you taking me away from that mission? Are you making things more challenging on me? And again, it really doesn't have much to do with the person's personality. It depends on how much value they're bringing to me. I don't employ people here, but it's kind of the same thing. I provide a workspace for people. Those who go out of their way to provide some sort of value or show some sort of effort into the team and the community are typically going to be the ones that are remembered by me. So when it does come time to offer things to the trainers or offer, some sort of help or incentives, they're going to be the first ones on my mind. If somebody is coming in and doing the bare minimum and they are essentially making my job harder by not following policies when they're supposed to be, or I don't know, you name it, anything that they're doing that's not necessarily making my life easier, they're not gonna be my first priority when it comes to hooking somebody up. And I can say the same thing about teachers. If you're that student who is constantly showing up, asking questions, doing the extra credit, doing the overtime hours, the study hall, whatever you wanna call it, there's a good chance that they may get some leeway on tests, or they may get a little bit of flexibility in turning their assignments in late, whereas the person who shows up does nothing for the team or nothing to provide any bit of value to that classroom setting is likely going to be discriminated against. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I have seen a lot of entitlement in my days. I have seen a lot of, I've heard I got fucked, or, so-and-so fucked me. I've heard it in the Marine Corps. And what it has really come down to every time in my experience is that person just wasn't providing value. So when it came time to them needing something, whether it be assistance or whether it be some sort of exception, it was a lot harder to justify that. So if you ever find yourself in a position where you think the world is against you and you think that somebody's playing favorites and it's not working in your favor, it may just be that you're not doing enough. you are not contributing enough. You're coming in, you're doing the bare minimum, and you're expecting to be rewarded for that. This isn't to knock anybody. This is hopefully gonna open some eyes and allow people to take a step back and realize, like, maybe I really am not doing enough. Maybe I am not a committed part of this team, or maybe my vision is not aligning with those above me or those around me. And it can essentially help you start to focus on those things. But the moral of this story and the point of this topic is to put it out there that if you expect things in life, if you expect anything, especially success, you need to focus on providing value. Bring more to the table than you expect to receive, and you will likely start receiving a whole lot more. You can't just expect it though. You can't just expect it from coming in and doing the bare minimum and simply existing and feeling entitled. So start thinking about that. Think about how much you bring to the table. Think about the value that you provide to those around you, those in your community, your employer, your teacher, your family. And then ask yourself, is that really enough for them to even give a shit about me? Is that enough for them to focus on helping me or going out of their way to ensure that I'm okay or ensure that I'm getting everything I need? There's a good chance that you may realize, like, oh, holy shit, I got to do more, or I should be doing more, or hey, I've felt like a favorite before and now I realize it's because I'm doing all this for them. It's not a game of favorites. It's getting what you deserve. You get what you deserve in life. Go into life with the mentality of providing. Provide value. Bring something to the table. Don't just expect to receive. I hope this helped, guys. If you like my video, please share it with your friends. Comment, tag, whatever. Help me spread the word. Subscribe to my channel so you can start seeing my videos from here on out. And have an amazing day. Bring something to the table.